Hi guys, Twitch here from Creep Designs, and I'm working on this little bedside table today. Hopefully getting it done in one day. Wow, that was cool. There we go. Hopefully you can see that better once I move my shadow. So I'm working on this little bedside table. It's got some funky little detail on the side there. I'm gonna move my coffee cup before I knock it over and break it again. Wow! That couldn't have happened at a better time. It's got these little, well, they're not little, they're huge. These big ball feet right down here. It's all solid timber. Feels weird to have a piece of furniture on $1. Usually I'm working on bigger pieces. I don't know, you can't see. So, see how there's no layer on top? It's solid wood. And I won't show you here, but this bit of darker green here runs all the way along across the top, and it's at a different level on the other end. So that's also another indicator that it's hardwood, not veneer. It's got these ugly ass knobs on it. It's not on metal runners, which I would prefer for a change, but it's on plastic runners, I think. Yep. It's on plastic runners. I've done a lot of drawers where, well, not a lot, but I've had a lot of cases where these types of runners end up being wood, or even worse, MDF, and they end up fraying and falling apart and falling off. These are a lot better. I would prefer metal runners, but yeah. The drawers, inside of the drawers are in good condition, so I'm going to try out some homemade furniture butter that Natalie made and dropped off for me. Thanks, Natalie, if you're watching. So for this one, I'll grab the right one the first time. So for this one, I'm going to be doing carts of Millie in, where are we? Penny. You won't be able to see it. Which is kind of a really soft blush pink. I'll be doing carts of Millie cuttlefish on top. I'll be getting rid of these handles because oh god, I'm losing it. Get over it. I hate having concrete floors. So because it's got such huge feet on it, I don't want to get rid of the feet, but because it's got such huge feet, I want to get rid of these oversized knobs. I've got smaller ones I can use, but I've also got some cup pulls that I might use on it to make it a bit more modern. So we're going to be going penny on the body with gold feet, and I'll be gilding the cup pulls as well to match the feet, and I might do a raised stencil on the front of the drawers. We'll see. It might be too much. Alright. I've given it a clean with sugar soap and a scouring pad, and then gone over it again with a spray bottle with clean water and a rag to get rid of any residue. Otherwise it creates a barrier or a resist between the furniture and the paint. And now I'm just going to scuff sand it. I usually use 120, but I can't find my 120, so I'm using 150. Whilst I've got it on its back from cleaning the feet, I'm going to scuff sand the feet and around these parts because it'll be easier to get to, and then I'll flip it up. I'm also going to I'm also going to paint underneath. It's mostly just because I want it to look a bit more finished, and being a bit OCD about it. I wouldn't usually scuff sand this extensively. Like, I'm trying to get right in there to get it scuff sanded, but parts of this are like really glossy. You can see the light shining off it here. So I'm going to get this done and then I'll come back. Because I'm not using the original handles and I'm not doing single hole ones, I'm using draw pulls. I don't need these holes anymore, so I'm just filling them with some Timbermate wood filler. This is the lightest one I've got at the moment because I used some darker putty to mix with this one. Anyway, you don't need to know that. Alright, so I already started sanding this to do a video of a review of the orbital sander I got from Super Cheap and the shock vac from Aldi. So if you're interested in seeing that, it's only going to be on the monolane group, so jump over to the monolane group and look for it there. So I'm going to keep going with this. I'm going to swap over to 80 grit, see if that gets it done faster. So now I've knocked that back. I'm going to go back to the 120 grit to smooth down any abrasion. Oh, I'm happy with that. Look at that. That is not bad for a cheap sander. Alright, so I've scuff sanded these side parts as well. Now that I'm going to be painting these, I'm just doing the stain on the top. I'm using, like I said, Carts & Millie Boutique Furniture Paint. You won't be able to see it. Maybe... There we go. Penny. 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 Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Give it a shake. I'm decanting it into a yogurt cup. I know I don't need to tell you that, but they just are the perfect size for this. And I just keep washing them and reusing them. So I'm going to see how this goes without a primer. If I feel it needs a primer, I'll just go over it. And I'm using a sleek 38mm brush. Alright, moment of truth. Oh, look at that. I'm not usually a pink person, but damn, that's pretty. My soft round brush, those details. Look at underneath. So, like I said, I'm painting edges now instead of sanding and meters because I'm getting needy. Not because I don't go over onto the tin part, the walking part, because I need to, I'll hand sand the top because I sand this down with the like sander. So I'll hand sand that again with 120 and then I'll get the bed on the edges. And then I'll go in the same. And then I'll hand sand that. I'm not even sure what sand I've got. Make fun of the 120. probably a bit bright for you to see, but that's one coat. And I'm going to go feed my face, and then I'll come back and do another coat. So it's dry, first coat's dried, and I'm about to go over it with the second coat, but I've got you at this weird angle so that you can hopefully see up close the second coat going on. This is the part that I really like. I'm having a go at it with my round Unipro brush this time. I'm trying to do this from behind the camera. So let's see how this goes. Oh, that's nice. Right, going back to the sleek. I'll get this done and then we'll move on from here. So I'm going to let the second coat dry whilst I get on to prepping the drawer fronts for the raised stencil. It'll be my first time doing a raised stencil, or at least having a go at it. If I fail, you'll all get to see it and have a laugh. I'm not going to do it in this video. I'm going to do a breakout video. So if you want to see me have a go at doing a raised stencil, subscribe and turn on notifications. And you'll see that maybe Tuesday after this video. So I'll be back. I was going to do the feet and the handles using this. It's like a gilding wax, but it wasn't really going on as well as I had hoped. I was hoping it'd be something more like Rub and Buff, which I don't have on hand at the moment. So instead I'm going to do the feet, and I was going to do I'm thinking of doing the handles as well, but we'll see how it goes. In Purico in rose gold. But first I'm going to give the feet more of a sand because they're still quite glossy. Alright, so now that I've sanded those a bit more, I'm going to do a base of the same penny that I painted the body of it with, because the Purico metallic paints seem to get better coverage with a painted base. I've had to go with other metallics in this range and they seem to work better. Some of them work better on a black base. This one seems to work better on the light pink base. I tried it before recording, so it's going to go grab a brush and then I'll be back. Alright, so I'm using that's a yogurt cup. I'm using my sleek 25mm brush that's had the handle chopped off. Whilst I'm doing the feet, I'm also going to tidy up these edges under here just so it's a bit neater. It's not necessary, but you know. By the magic of television, it's got 2 coats on it. I've painted the base of it, like I said, but I've only put 1 coat on there. It's just to tidy it up a bit. I'm not wasting too much paint on that. And as you can hear, the chicken's back. Now that they're dry, I'm using my 25mm sleek brush again to apply the rose gold paint. This, I can't find my stirrer. This stuff requires quite a few coats, but it's really pretty. Probably can't really tell. So this is the coverage after I think I did 5 coats. You can still see a little bit of streaking, but I'm hoping that will disappear a bit more as it dries. I'm pretty happy with that. Right, so they're all sanded smooth, and like I said, I fixed up the joins. I'm attaching the handles before I paint because I planned on painting these so that they match the feet that I've done in the rose gold, which means I'll be needing to do a pink base on it. So I'm just going to attach these and then paint the whole drawer fronts to match the body. Haven't decided yet whether I'm actually going to go through with painting these rose gold or if I'm just going to leave them pink. So I'm going to see how they look because I feel like it might be too busy, but I don't know. So we'll have a look. So I'm lining those up. And I'm pre-drilling. Can't really see what I'm doing all that well because my tripod sucks and it will only tilt down so far. So if anyone can suggest one that has a bit more movement in it that isn't going to send me broke, that would be the tits. don't put your screws down all the way. Don't tighten them until you've got all your screws in, so that you can make sure it lines up. Sometimes tightening one can then make it hard to line up the other one. So I kind of like the way that looks if I was going for that, because it looks very, very boho, but that's not what I'm going for. So that's those done. Right, so I'm ready to start painting the drawer fronts and the handles. So I'm using a sleek 25mm brush. I'd use a bigger one for the drawer fronts, but I need to be able to get up underneath the handles, and I don't want to be swapping paintbrushes just for that. So here we go. That's the first coat. So I'm gonna stop it here and get the rest of them done. I might show you the second coat going on. Cool as that. So I thought I'd do the second coat using a round brush. This is just a Unipro brush that I've cut the handle off. So we'll see how this goes. I'm trying not to put too much paint on my brush, but I'm doing this one-handed at the moment. So let's see how this goes. That's heaps better. Bit of hair. There's a hair in there. Ah, screw it. It's part of it now. Alright, so if you're doing this, use a round brush to paint over the stencil, raised stencil, because it's not getting built up on the edges. It's going on heaps smoother this way too. Look at that handle. Told you, the paint goes on really well on the handle. But you can't even see it. There it is. Alright, I'll probably do 3 coats of this, and then I'll come back. So now that I've got 3 coats on all of that, I'm going to remove the handles so that I can paint them with the same rose gold that's on the feet. I literally just attached them before painting to get them straight now and get the holes in line with where they need to be, and so that I could just get the paint on them easier without having to, you know, screw them into something else like a scrap piece of wood or something like that. So I am pretty happy with those. Once I've got them reattached, I'll probably go over the front of them again with another coat and over the screws as well. It's kind of hard to see the colour. It's not really showing up very well on camera. Yeah. Getting ready to stain the top, but first I'm going to go over the top of it by hand with 150 grit sandpaper. You could also use 120, just to knock back these edges where I've gone over with the paint and to make sure the surface is ready for the stain. So to stain the top, I'm using carts of Millie washed away in cuttlefish. I haven't used this one yet, so keen to see how it goes. I'm not usually a big fan of lighter coloured timbers, but I think this one will work better with the light pink and the theme that I'm going for. So I'm pretty sure I've got 3 coats of the washed away stain cuttlefish on that. It doesn't look that different because it's it should, when I seal it, because I'm pretty sure this has a built-in sealer, as you can see it's got a sheen, but I'll probably end up going over it with a top coat. But this will, or should, stop the orange tannins of the pine from coming through when I seal it. But I'm going to go over it with some 240 grit sandpaper just to smooth it out. I'm not going to show me doing all of that. But as you can see, like with most things like this, it kind of raises the grain a bit. So I'm just gonna lightly sand that by hand, and then once it's all nice and smooth, I'll go over it again with the stain until I'm happy with it. Alright, I am now going in with top coat. Let's see if I can hold this up without spilling it. Dun dun dun! Carts and Millie. Boutique Satin Top Coat. I'll see if you can even see this going on. Probably not, right? Especially with my big old hand in the way. I'm gonna move the camera. Alright, that's gonna drive me nuts. Alright, well, let's get it on. I've already painted, I've already sealed the bulk of the body. I'm just showing you this side so I can try and show you how it dries. So you can see how matte the paint itself is before putting the top coat on. It is a mineral paint. I think I said in a previous video that it's a chalk paint. I was wrong. It's a mineral paint, so it's got a built-in sealer, but it is a matte finish. So I suppose that leaves you open to do whatever finish you want. It's like most paints, I guess, but I think the fact that it's a mineral paint but with a matte finish makes it better for each coat of paint to adhere to the bottom coat, the previous coat. Does that make sense? I'll bring you closer. Kind of doing this backwards. Oh, I nearly dipped it in my coffee. It's been a long time since I've done that. There you go, you can see that. Alright, I'm swapping to a bigger brush. Just gonna move. No, we've lost it. Have we lost it? Oh no! Goddamn trolley keeps wobbling. Ah, it's because my buff head's in the way. Alright, how's that? There we go. Let's see if I can get it to stop wobbling. Now I can't get to the other side of this because the camera's in the way. Alright, we'll come back. So I've got some homemade furniture butter here that was made and gifted to me by Natalie. Oh, it smells amazing. It smells like eucalyptus, I think. No? Gum. Eucalyptus. It smells like Vicks. So I'm going to these the insides of these drawers are actually in good condition, but they smell a bit. So I'm going to take one of these. This is my first time trying this. So, oh, it's a warm day. It's a little unicorn. So I'm going to take one of these and I'll do it up here. messy. And then I've got a rag, and I'm gonna rub it in. I'm not going to do the outsides of the drawers because I want those to stay light, and this seems to be darkening it quite a bit and bringing out the orange tannins in the pine. So I'm literally just going to use this to freshen up the insides of the drawers. But it is lovely. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Katie, for putting up the video showing everyone how to make it. If Katie's got a channel, and if I can find it, I'll link it so that everyone else can have a look at it. Oh yeah. I hope you liked my video. I hope you liked the bedside table. I love it. Everyone else seems to love it. So if you did like it, please like and subscribe and share. Comment telling me what you think of it. If you think I should have done something different. If there's a better technique for anything. Yeah. And if you like if you're interested in any of the Carts and Millie products that I've used in this video, there'll be an affiliate link in the description where you can go direct to their website and spend some money on some amazing products.